How's it going, everyone? My name is Luxeley. I'm in Deepwind Gorge. A little bit of an older BG from my Shadow Priest Viserion. I miss my Shadow Priest, both the Night Elf and the Human, who happen to share the same name on two different realms. But I've been giving things a lot of thought, kind of like the naked guy sitting facepalm on a statue thinking kind of thing lately. And usually when I think, I get myself in a lot of trouble. But in this case, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I've come to the conclusion that I am the Donald Trump of World of Warcraft. And of course, what I mean by that is I don't have as much money as Donald Trump. I do have better hair than Donald Trump. Then again, so does a poodle. But I speak my mind. I happen to have very strong opinions, very truth rage kind of opinions, and that's Donald Trump. And that's why a lot of people just are better served watching my BGs with me muted. But that's just me. I will tell it like it is. I will not pull punches when it comes to the players that I'm facing, comes to my teammates, and especially when it comes to Blizzard. That's just me. And I'm sorry. That's who I am. See, right now I'm kind of pissed off that I'm getting tag teamed by a rogue and a warrior. Here we go. More stuns. Go for a run. Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid, bro? You're an undead. You shouldn't be afraid of anything. But, I mean, when it comes to comparisons with Donald Trump, yes, I have a lot less money than Donald Trump. And thanks for playing. I have better hair than Donald Trump, but a poodle does too. I have less bankruptcies than Donald Trump does, and I have less divorces than Donald Trump has. I have less kids than Donald Trump. I have less votes in the Iowa caucus than Donald Trump. So, I don't know where that comes from. That's just me being random. But that's part of the joy of being Luxeley. I'm very, very random. So I'm going to leave you with a very, very important question. If Donald Trump played World of Warcraft, would he be Horde or would he be Alliance? I have my thoughts, but I'll leave these thoughts up to you. Leave it in the comments. Donald Trump, Horde or Alliance? Next question, what race would Donald Trump play? I don't think he'd play a gnome. I'm thinking maybe a goblin, just for the whole money thing. But could even be a dwarf. I could kind of picture the dwarfy hair in a way, and if he had a beard, but he doesn't, so forget that idea. But leave it in the comments. What race would Donald Trump play on the Horde or the Alliance? And lastly, if Donald Trump was in WoW, very curious to know, what class would he play? We know he's not a healer. We know he's not a tank. But what class would Donald Trump play? Leave it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for playing. Coming soon. Coming soon. Uh-oh, the wolves. There you go. 79K. Thanks for playing. And, oh, God, these shaman. See, Enhancement Shaman, Chaos Bolt. Enhancement Shaman kind of confused me because I never really played one for more than 20 minutes. So it's the one class I know the least about. Although I'm starting to pick things up a little bit, but they're in a really good place right now. And I'm just not a melee kind of player. So, there's a hunter. Deterrence. Deterrence. Come on, go away, Deterrence. We don't want you anymore. Oh, dude, the hunter. Thanks for playing. 11K. Rogue on me again. This rogue is just... It's almost like there's a bounty on me. Gotta kill Luxeley. Or at least try. Just try. See, if I don't have my cooldowns, I'm useless against the rogue. But the opposite is also true. If the rogue doesn't have his cooldowns, he's absolutely useless against me. So it works both ways. Yep. Well, now the priest can heal everybody. Too bad there's no horde around to heal, though. Looks like we're winning. I don't even know. I don't even pay attention sometimes because if I get, truth be told, if I get a lot of kills in the first, say, 2 or 3 minutes, then I just see red and I just want to take as many as I want down because let's be honest here. People aren't going to watch you play mediocre. They're not going to care, oh, Luxeley got 7 flag caps. Wow. No. Nobody's looking for a video. How many, who's got the most flag caps in Deepwind Gorge or in flag returns in Warsong Gulch? No, nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's like the team that lost the Super Bowl. Nobody cares. Who's the loser of last year's Super Bowl? Leave it in the comments. Nobody knows. I know who it was. I think it was Seattle. But my point is, nobody really remembers. It's funny how in sports, if you make it to the World Series, great accomplishment. If you make it into the World Cup, it's a great accomplishment. If you make it into the finals in the NBA or the Stanley Cup, great accomplishment. Win or lose, all those are great accomplishments. Going to Super Bowl and you lose, you're forgotten. You're nothing. It's almost better that you lose the championship game than lose the Super Bowl. Actually, it probably, in a strange way, is true. And I think you get that same kind of sentiment in World of Warcraft, in the sense like, oh, you don't have ratings? Oh, you must suck. You don't have ratings in Arena, you don't have ratings in RBG, therefore you must suck. No, that's not true. There are players that have some very, very high ratings that absolutely suck. I've played with them in Arena, I played with them in RBGs, and they're terrible. Maybe I caught them on a bad day because I didn't get a wide semblance of who and what they can do, but I've seen it. And then there are players that have 0 rating, and they're pretty damn good. Matter of fact, there was a guy in my guild who played multiple classes, mostly a Shadow Priest, a Warrior, and a Resto Druid. And he was the single best player I've ever seen in the game. A, because he could play all those 3 classes with a great deal of efficiency, and B, he just excelled at them all. And he had no rating in RBGs, he had no rating in Arena, because he was just constantly out to help other people. It was about who he was playing with and whether or not he was having fun, more so than rating. If there was a new guy in the guild who just reached level 100 and needed caps, he would go in on any given tune and help the guy out, without question. And that's the kind of player he was. And those are the kind of true warriors that I find in the game. Those are the guys that deserve a lot more accolades, and for some reason it's like, well, you didn't win the Super Bowl, so you suck. And I don't subscribe to that attitude. I don't subscribe to that mentality. Leave it in the comments. What are your thoughts about that? Do the achievements really mean a lot, or they don't mean anything? Is it about the individual? Is it about what they can do? And even if you find somebody who isn't that good of a player right now, sometimes you see potential in them. And that's something I've seen many times. I've seen potential in players. Or sometimes doesn't mean they can't improve. Sometimes it's just a little bit of a tweak. We had a rogue on one of my RBG teams back in Cata who was absolutely horrible. And a couple of rogues in the guild took him aside and they kind of worked with him and tweaked him, and he became a very good rogue. He just needed a little bit of tweaking. And that's all sometimes players need, just a little bit of tweaking. And I think it's the true champions that see things that way and reach out to help those players rather than ridicule them, rather than beat them down, rather than throw achievements in their face. Those are my thoughts. Like I said, the Donald Trump of World of Warcraft. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments. By the way, I do respond to everybody's thoughts in the comments, provided they're respectful to me, respectful to people in the comments, and, of course, speak intelligently in English, because I'm a bit ignorant. I don't speak any other languages. That's me. I always have a tremendous amount of respect for people who speak multiple languages, because I certainly don't. And if you ever feel that your English as a second language, or your Spanish as a second language, German, Dutch, what have you, is not as good, don't worry about it, really. I think it's great that you can speak a second language, and I greatly respect it. And it's the idiots who only speak one language, like myself, obviously. Those are the ones that really have the shame, and not you, for not speaking your main language fluent, or of course you speak your main language fluently. I mean, speaking your second language fluently and perfectly. Those are my thoughts. See, I'm the Donald Trump of WoW, but I have better hair. I really do. Even that's the one thing that I could say that I'm better than Donald Trump. I have better hair. Even on my bad hair days, I have better hair than Donald Trump on his good hair days. It's true. And soon you'll see it. I got a camera. I'm going to do a camera thing, and people could see me, and they could see, how ugly I am. Eventually, when I feel like it. But I did buy a camera. I did. I stole it, actually. No, I'm just kidding. All of a sudden, the cops are going to come in, and there's going to be a SWAT team. You stole a camera from Best Buy. No, I didn't steal, but I do have a camera. It looks like we're going to win this battleground. Deterrence! Deterrence! No, all right, don't do it. Forget it. Thanks for playing. Oh, another hunter. Deterrence! There you go. There's deterrence. Too late, though. Thanks for playing. At first I wasn't too happy about how hunters looked in Legion, but now I'm starting to really like the idea of what they're doing. I really am. So I may go back. Oh, it's over. Anyway, people, want to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks for playing. And more importantly, whatever it is by you, morning, afternoon, or night, be 100% sure you make it epic, you make it great. Luxeley saying, have a great one.